Welcome back everybody into another daily recap. Today is the 28th of October. As you can see, we're going to do our analysis of the daily on gold, Bitcoin, EuroDollar, and GJ as usual. We're going to start with gold. As you can see, we started this day around here. We were bouncing, just bouncing below 1803 level and 1800 PSA. We were expecting either a deeper pullback and a continuation up, but like this one, so during the London session, you can see that happened, but like 10 pips above the price action that we wanted, and continuation up with buys. So let's jump into the 1 minute time frame. As you can see here, what I was looking for was, after failing to break multiple times the key level 1803, to look for a retracement for high risk, high reward buys, which we never got to the exact same level. We could have got like a high risk, high reward when we saw price making new higher lows, but not very clear. But as you can see, for sure, you had no confirmation of the price action, the bullish price action immediately. So that's why this analysis is here, but was not playing, because after this immediate 1 hour correction, this analysis was not playing anymore. The risk reward sells, yes, as you can see here, but still now we are playing this analysis, this possibility of the sells to have better buys at these previous lows. We never get to exactly the price point of interest, but we get 8 pips above. But indeed, the price then bounced up bullish for more or less 1807, starting from like 100 pips, 90 pips. If you catch from below here, you had multiple attempts because you also had a breaker retest of this previous price point exactly here, which is 1800, which is a big PSA, and is exactly the PSA. I think it is on the chart as well, exactly here. Okay. There you go. Let's see if I can manage to. Okay. So as you can see, the price point is 1800, but we got the price action a little bit as well up and higher than expected, but still for the intraday price action, this was a reaction at the previous lows. After that, during New York, we had some major news that we're going to see now. We had the GDP, the PCE, and the jobless claims, with jobless claims coming out positive, better than prior and better than expected. The GDP was much worse than prior and much worse than expected. So a sort of mixed sentiment, which showed up into a very, very whipsawing action, because what we got was a very aggressive bearish move, a double bottom being created at those previous lows, and then again going up 1810, and then continuation down, retesting 1803, and then continuation down to 1793, and then again, as you can see, very messy price action compared to this clean low and then this clean high bullish action. As you can see on the hourly time frame, we don't see this. We had this price point 1808, 1808.27. And we got the reaction here. We also had a break and retest of this price point exactly, which could have been if you were waiting for these high risk high reward sells after seeing this price action. After seeing this price action, could have been a good price point, but I understand that live trading after this whipsaw you can't be really sure unless you traded many times and you know that after huge new high being created, there's a chance of a huge correction. Let's go on Bitcoin. On Bitcoin, analysis from the morning, as you can see here, same concept. Yes, there's also this red line and the liquidity grab here, but as you can see, you never have any confirmation of this action. You never have a single candle breaking below, and that's why you say, okay, so far this is not an analysis. Delete. And you see, okay, we are going here up. We're moving up at this price point, 59,500. Are we seeing a rejection or are we seeing a continuation up? Let's see. Let's zoom in. Okay. Here we see this order block being created. What we see is price 59 to 50, so 1 ppl before our price point of interest. We start to see that we have a break and retest of 59, break and retest of 59 to 50, break and retest of our price point. If you saw my backtesting sessions many times, I say, okay, I don't enter at the first sign, but at the second and the third one, yes, because I have a confirmation that price is trending and we are closing bullish above the above the order block low highs, giving you confirmation of price point. Above 59,500, as you can see, is also above these previous highs, and this gave you the nice scalp intraday buys as a pre-planned analysis after seeing that it was clearly not possible for price to go down at that very moment. So you see that this one is clearly not doable because you see very strong movement, and then you play the break and retest in continuation up. Because if you are intraday, if you're a scalper, you get like 200 pips, or of course you can just catch a piece of the pie here. This is still 100, 130, really 90, anything in this range is good enough. And as well, I was not playing any sell, but we got very huge correction at 61,700, which was a key level we played. As you can see here, we played many times during the week. And just recently, in the last few hours, we got a sort of flash crash, some algorithm going crazy, moving like 300 pips, but as you can see, it was just a move because it grabbed some liquidity, touched 15.8 and flat, and then moved back up. So it was a big liquidity grab to make. As you can see, also I think at this moment there was like 25 pips spread. Was price close here and then open here. So it was like huge spread at the moment, and then price moved up again. On the euro dollar, as you can see, the same concept. We were in an order block, starting from here, I think, and we were playing here. So do we see that price will bounce directly from here? Let's see, the 1 minute chart, we see that price, yes, is making break and retest above the PSA 1.1648, which is when a price point of interest. So even if you say, okay, I take a buy here because of my analysis, I take like 5 pips or let's say 5 pips stop loss, 15 pips take profit. Okay, you come here, you see it's a double top being created. You can either exit at break even or with the full loss. Yes, okay. This is part of the analysis. The buys above 1622, not even this price point. So you don't even have any confirmation here because this is your line of interest. So what you say is, okay, we are not breaking above 1642. I just stayed on the sidelines. If I want to play the sell because I see a rejection, I see there's a double top and a rejection, then I can take possibly these sells counted trend for 20 pips because you had the confirmation that price did not have enough juice to continue up, but was actually making a double top and then breaking and retesting here below. So this could be your entry for the counter trend sells if it was a price point of interest. So this is to say that here, as you can see, 16.1608, and then what you see is we are at the bottom of the order block here, and these were the price points of interest for the buys: 1594, 1587, 15. Put it right, 34, and 1587. There you go. What you see is you have multiple bounces. 1, 2, 3. Anywhere you enter for your buy, for your here, you see the bounce. You enter here, 5 pips. You get stopped out, or you are lucky because euro dollar has 0 spread, 0.0 spread. You might get lucky, or you can, I don't know, it depends if you back tested it, and you have your buy, and you get your even 15 pips is 3 to 1, and you're good to go anywhere you enter here. If you want to see a double bottom, you can enter here, here at the multiple rejections here. Of course, yes, you have to give it here. If you give 6 pips, you probably get stopped out anyway. But you see that price is still rejecting, so you might consider entering here or here again. And even if you got the loss, you get back your profit. Anyway, again, you see the same happening here. Same price point, doing New York session. This is the same price point of the morning analysis. Anywhere you enter, you have the 5 pips. 5 pips. 5, 6, depending on your back testing range. When you see the bounce, above, you still have enough range to take your profit then. And then you can scale in after as per analysis here above 16.1622. This was where the high risk reward 1622, which is exactly here. You see the bounce even at the first stop. This you need to give more apparently. You should give 6 pips. It's very high risk reward. You get stopped out, but when you see the confirmation, you can re-enter and you get your take profit easy and clean, as you can see. Let's go on GJ. Again, from the morning, we were playing the failure to break above under 56.5. And this is exactly what happens here. You have multiple attempts to break around the 56.5. So these ideas so far at this moment are invalid. So that's why in this moment they are not valid. And you might, okay, if I want to play, if I'm on the bullish bias, I just want to see high risk high reward buy setups or safer setups. But this is one of the pre-planned high risk high reward sell ideas. As you can see here, the sell had a failure to break around the 56.5. And then we had the buys set up at around the 56.2, which, as you can see, you might say, yes, as you can see here, I see the dip, I see that we have a break and retest. You enter here, you still get your 17 pips. Even if you have 10 pips, okay, you might say it's not enough for me. At least 20 pips to take profits, which is perfectly fine with a 10 pips stop loss. After all these attempts, you can either exit at break even, but after 3 hours, there's no point taking the full loss for this action. You stay exit at break even, you are perfectly fine, and you see that price is grabbing liquidity further down 56, and then you can say, okay, when I will have further confirmation of buy setup, buy sell, then I can enter. Here you see the bounce from the demand area. You might consider entering as pre-planned and taking your trade. You can take it here. And this is all more than enough. Of course, if you say, no, I want to enter above the PPL, the previous highs, you enter here. When we close above, we get this candle, still 10 pips. You get more than 20 pips. At least you have the partials taken. It's a PPL. As you can see, we are reacting at the same highs. You have 80% in profit, and then the rest at break even, as you can see. And the other analysis, this one was already played out. You already saw the reaction here. You already saw that price was not able to break at that moment, giving you many opportunities. So of course now you're not playing here the buys because you don't have any confirmation, not even here, not even possibly here above 156,500. The only thing is that there's not my candle set up here, but anyway, you take a loss, it's fine. There are many other opportunities to take buys as well. And just to see dollar index. Today it went very bearish after the GDP, very bad. That was very bad. As you can see, ranged into in the morning. From here was ranging and then closed below. Didn't even grab liquidity as I was expecting it. It just moved bearish below the previous PSA. And we'll have to see where it will bounce again, possibly here. But this is it, guys, for today. See you next time.